Whether you are a vintage collection collector or not of Star Wars, the price that this piece is already going for in the secondary market is astounding. This is 6 Scale Economist. Let's jump right into it. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is 6 Scale Economist. In today's video, we are taking a look at what we are already seeing in the secondary market for the Star Wars Vintage Collection Razor Crest from The Mandalorian. I feel like I had to make a video about this. We touched on it in our live stream, but this was just so astounding, and I feel like a lot of people are just interested in this that I had to get a video out just to make sure that everybody's aware of what's going on with this. So for those of you guys that don't know or not familiar with the Vintage Collection, Hasbro announced this HasLab Vintage Collection Razor Crest a couple months ago, back in I believe at the end of summer or I guess early fall. Basically, HasLab crowdfunding project. Obviously, it was going to get funded. I think the goal, was 6,000. I'm getting 28,000. It's whatever. I made a separate video on this. I am going to link this. I'll probably put it in the description as well. When I was giving my advice on whether or not you should buy this piece, and I was pounding the table to buy this piece if you are a vintage collection collector. Do not sleep on this piece. And we are already seeing what this is going for in the secondary market, and it's really going to amaze you. Again, this retailed for $350 plus taxes and shipping. Pre-orders right now. People's pre-orders are selling in the 800s and as much as, there's been so many sales, 1,200 in the secondary market. I believe there's also a $1,600 sale, which that one just sounds a bit crazy. I'm not sure what was going on there. I also can't even find it right now, but as you can see, in the 700s, 800s, just as recently as today, selling for $865. And what this listing is this is somebody selling their pre-order of the Vintage Collection Razor Crest. So basically, like very legit thing. This is the thing that we see a lot with, especially with these. We saw it with the with this Jabba sail barge as well before the item actually released. This isn't actually coming out until I believe in the fall. So we have about another 9 months till this comes out. But already selling for $865 for somebody's pre-order. And they're just, it's just littered with these. Today, yesterday, a couple of days ago, another one a couple days ago, 3 on January 17th. Like, it is absolutely incredible, and I think that this really shouldn't come as a shocker to anyone. This was an absolute no-brainer. If you are a vintage collection collector, even if it's $350, $450, even $550, you just buy it because the demand for this piece is always going to be so outweighed by the supply. We saw the same thing with Jabba's sail barge, and I think that this is actually in some ways an even better piece than Jabba's sail barge, because it's one that's going to be a lot more desired by people. One, because it's the Mandalorian, which is hot right now, and two, it's something that a lot of people can actually display in their display cabinets, or or on their display just in general. The Jabba sail barge was a very big piece, and it's a very big commitment to your space in your collection. One of the big things with why I think this one is doing so on the secondary market, and I touched on it in my video. Again, make sure to check it out if you haven't already, when I did my first analysis on this piece before it's before the date ended on when you could back it. Was this Baby Yoda that comes with it. This was a huge catalyst for me. I said either one of two things can happen. They're obviously going to give us a Baby Yoda in a general release that you can get in stores, get online, what have you. If they give us this Baby Yoda and it's the same figure but on a different card back, that this is going to be an incredibly sought after figure in the secondary market. If, however, they gave us the same card back but like a different figure that comes with it, that wouldn't be as impactful for this in the secondary market. But it's card backs. As a vintage collection collector, and as many other vintage collectors I know, it's card backs that we all chase. We all want to have the different variants of different card backs. This is an exceptional card back. Obviously, the general release one is this one, which was announced a couple months ago, and this one is definitely just a worse card back than the one that comes with the Razor Crest. And two, it's just different. It's just not the same figure. And being a vintage collection completist, all these vintage collection collectors are going to want to have both versions of this. This could easily be a $300 vintage collection figure in the secondary market once this piece has out. And this was $350. And keep in mind, this piece doesn't even come with just one carded vintage collection figure. It comes with two. It also comes with the off-world Jawa. And we touched on all of this in the first video that we made, talking about how good this is going to be for this set in the secondary market. And the fact that we now have a different card back is just an even more empowering catalyst. Where do I think we go from here? you're going to continue to see these pre-order sales. It's insane the volume of these that we're already seeing, of how many are actually selling, people selling their pre-orders. But I think we're going to continue to see this. And once the piece comes out, I imagine we are going to see some dip in the price. Obviously, there's a lot of people who aren't comfortable like selling their pre-orders. I know personally I've never done this before, like selling a pre-order that I've had like for a piece. So you have a lot of supply that hasn't even hit the secondary market on this piece. I imagine once it comes out, there's going to be a bunch of people day one taking pictures of their vintage collection Mandalorian Razor Crest, throwing it up on eBay. That's obviously going to hurt prices, but I still think long term, it's not crazy to me that this is a $1,000 piece long term, 1-2 years out. We saw very similar price rises in Jabba Sail Bar. Jabba Sail Bar probably averages around $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 in the secondary market. That piece retail for $500. The yak face that comes with it is usually about around a $200 figure in the secondary market. Those prices do not surprise me at all, and I definitely don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that this, once it settles and it comes out, and everybody who wants to sell all their extra pieces that they got, right, because maybe they pre-ordered more than one, after that initial dip, I'm just not going to be surprised this is a $1,000 piece. This was such a no-brainer, and the fact that we are already seeing this price movement is really incredible. So needless to say, the price action in this in the secondary market already is really astounding. I think that if you missed out on this piece or slept on it or thought that you didn't want to pick it up anymore, and now you're seeing the price action that's happening, I think it's an unfortunate situation, but it happens to all of us. Everybody always sleeps on different pieces, so it's not the end of the world. I definitely don't think you should be paying $800 for someone's pre-order right now. Just sit tight, hang out, wait for it to come out for retail. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be listing it. There's going to be a couple people that are probably going to list it in Facebook groups right when it comes out, maybe for only like $400, $450. You just got to be quick on those ones, but for right now, there's nothing more you can do than just sit tight and kind of observe the market. I think the next time that this is going to be the cheapest is when it first comes out. And after about 6 months of it having its general release, I imagine it's just going to start to sliver down in the supply in the secondary market as people decide they're not going to want to sell their piece anymore, and it's going to continue to rise. That vintage collection Baby Yoda piece is going to be incredibly desired. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about the price action on this Razor Crest? Are you guys surprised? Are you guys shocked? Are you guys going to sell your Razor Crest, even if you told yourself you weren't going to sell it? Which, in my personal opinion, I'm not going to sell it. If the prices get absolutely insane, I'll take a look, but I want this piece for my collection. I love vintage collection. I love the Mandalorian, and I love this Baby Yoda carded figure. But you can't never ignore the market, so I guess we will see what happens. But this piece, regardless, is incredible. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. As always, this is 6Go Economist. Buy the dip, sell the rip. This is the way. We will see you in the next video.